to the show where the real ones ride. From the Browns to the Rock, we bring that pride. No cap, no spin, just talk that hits. From downtown lights to the Lake Erie grit. Steam rises high off the Cuyahoga flame. In the city of work, we don't play no games. Skyline whispers stories of hustle and grind. Cleveland's heartbeat never falls behind. It's 216, where the voices collide. Holding it down like a tide won't subside. No fluff, just fire. This truth takes flight. Let's get to the facts. Yeah, starting tonight.
Welcome to Let's Get to the Facts podcast. I am your host, Doss. I'm here with my man, Coach Shot. It's episode 32, man. Episode 32.
Peace.
Getting up there, Coach. Getting up there.
Yeah.
Getting up there.
Up there in age and numbers.
So welcome everybody for joining us on Let's Get to the Facts podcast, where we talk about entertainment, we talk about politics, we talk about sports. We are not limited to whatever topic. So we're gonna talk about a little bit of everything today, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you. Oh, actually,
Can't hear me?
That's on me. I got
Okay.
you. I got you now. So first off, man, we had a couple weeks off. You do anything?
Yeah. No, man, just the usual holiday stuff, kicking with the family, holiday stuff, man, enjoying. That's really it. Enjoying the day off, chilling.
I feel it. Yeah, I ain't do nothing. I just did yard work, man. Just some landscaping stuff. That was it. All right, man. So let's go, because we look. It's been a slow sports week. It's been crazy on the entertainment. It's been crazy on the politics. So, this is not the year, man. Right now for entertainers and athletes.
Nah.
This is not the year for entertainers and athletes. Now Zion Williamson has allegations on him. Have you heard about this, Coach?
Man, listen. Yeah, I heard about it. I heard who he's with. I heard the lawyer again. Once again, it's Tony Busby. Any athlete, if you don't know that lawyer's name, get used to him. If you're doing weird shit like Zion is doing,
right?
You get ready to hear that dude's name, because he's an ambulance chaser, and it seems like a lot of these ladies are going to him. Kind of fault Deshaun Watson because he was settling, so some of them ladies got some of that money. So he got that window.
With Tony Busby, though, why he's not really getting money or like that? Like, he puts allegations out there. He lucky. He better hope people don't start coming for him. Because
you see Jay-Z kind of went for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is, like, all them cases, Deshaun, some of them ladies got some money. We don't know the exact amount, you know what I'm saying? But long as they getting something, he's getting something off of it, he's going to keep chasing them ambulances, you know what I'm saying? Because he waiting for that big one. He's waiting for somebody big. It might be a Shannon Sharp, you know what I'm saying? Or it might be a Zion. Right. He hit really big, because both of these ladies, I think, going after $50 million.
But this chick, so from the stories I'm gonna say from the research I've done. The research I've done is this. First off, he was in college, and then like his rookie year of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Now we talking, this man have been in the league for multiple years now. Why are we just not hearing about this? That's one. Two, the other thing, how do you get kidnapped repeatedly?
Yeah.
So you done said that this man has kidnapped you. Now, I understand the law of kidnapping. Kidnapping is if you stop a person from leaving your house. It don't matter. Like, if you just put your arm out and stop and just like that, that's considered kidnapping.
Yeah.
My thing is if he kidnapped you the first time, why did you keep going back? You see what I'm saying?
That's why I be saying, Coach, I agree with you. That's why, like, even down to like some of these other cases and stuff like this just going on, it's just like we all adults here. You just gonna let somebody keep kidnapping you? You gonna let somebody just keep sexually abusing you? Like, it's just some of these things you gotta just question. Like, okay, you're gonna get kidnapped several times by the same person over and over again.
Exactly.
So my question is: when does it stop being kidnapping?
I have no idea, man. Like the thing that's so crazy to me is when they were reading the stuff that was going on sexually, it sounded like a person who likes rough sex, rough, aggressive sex. And I'm not talking about Zion, I'm talking about the chick. Because see, I know there's a group of women out here that like that rough stuff. They want you to be choked. They want you to make it seem kind of a, I gotta say, great session.
Yeah.
Like they got these weird ass fantasies and shit, but then all of a sudden you getting it from a person who got money, and now you trying to turn it back around like, oh, he was rough with me, he was this, he was that, and it's like, so what's really going on here?
I mean, Coach, she's a porn star, so
Is she?
yeah, she's a porn
I didn't
star.
know
So
that. I did not know
none
that.
none of the stuff that she like sexually and stuff, none of that stuff is shocking me. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, because that's what she's a porn star.
I didn't know she was a porn star because I honestly, and it might sound bad to say it, but when I looked at her,
I'll be right back, Coach. Somebody at my door. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. But to TikTok and Facebook or whatever, when I looked at the young lady, I don't even want to call her a young lady because I believe she's older. But when I was watching her, or when I looked at her, she honestly looked like somebody who rode the short bus to me. Like she looked slow. And when she talks slow also. I don't know if she was trying to act for the camera or if she was just trying to put on a show, but she sounded like somebody that was really slow. So I don't know what's going on in this situation. I don't know if this is the same chick that tried to get at Zion because he had a girlfriend and she was mad because she thought she was gonna be his girlfriend. So I don't really know. I mean, let me know TikTok, let me know Facebook, YouTube.
You talking?
Let me know what's going on because she looked like somebody who rode the short bus to me. She looks slow.
You talking about her name is
Mariah Miles?
Yeah,
Mariah
Mills, Coach. She's she's a porn star. I don't know what, like she's a short bus rider or whatever, but at the same time, anybody could Google her and look at what she's done over her career and then look at what she's done to her body. Like she literally has body, I don't know, dysmorphia. She has the weirdest BBL ever on a human being.
Somebody said that. Somebody said you need to see her body. Her body is like ridiculously ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Ridiculously. Like it's really she's a porn star body, man. Like that's just what it is. Like she's a porn star. I don't know how else to explain
it. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. Well, is this the same chick that tried to get Zion a while ago because she was mad that he had a girlfriend? I think it was I think he had a white girlfriend and she got mad about that.
The same chick, Mariah Mills. She's been around. This ain't her first time you hearing of Zion and her. This ain't the first time.
I got it now. So yeah, this is a money grab. That's all that is with her. And then somebody else said something interesting. I saw they was like, if you was really raped, I should say for TikTok, if you was raped, then why aren't there criminal charges being pressed? And so that there, that tells you everything.
Anytime like that makes me look weird. Anytime when somebody says they were raped, but you're filing civil charges.
Exactly.
That right there, you gotta shake your head like, okay, what are you doing here? Like, if you were raped, you're going to go after, you know what I'm saying? You're going to press charges not
Right.
civil. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that loses me
you
at
gonna
that.
want something to happen to him. You ain't gonna want
Yeah.
just the money. So yeah, I agree with that completely. All right, so let's go on to our next topic, Coach, because I know there's something you really wanted to get into: the Trump tariffs and the big beautiful bill. So I'm gonna say I'm kind of green on it. Anytime I hear anything about this man anymore and how stupid
Mm-hmm.
people have become with the tariff situation, not still understanding how that's affecting our economy. The only thing I heard about the big beautiful bill that is gonna okay, it's gonna screw a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing that stuck out to me is that this gives him the power to basically eliminate elections. But
Mm-hmm.
then but then I also saw this is the bill also that eliminates Medicaid too, right?
Eliminates well, it doesn't eliminate it, it cuts Medicaid and Medicare.
Okay, okay.
So a lot of his voters and some of our people are, grandparents or whatever who are receiving this stuff, or somebody who is, you get like, you got kids that are receiving their parents' survivor benefits and stuff like that, from
Right,
parents who passed
right,
away.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's eliminate it's cutting money off of that. So your grandparents, your parents, whatever, they're not they're monthly. Some of them just gonna get plain off kicked off.
Right,
You know what I'm
right. I
saying?
did see
So
that.
it's gonna be some losses. It's gonna be some cuts to their benefits, all that stuff. And it's like it's even gonna like cut the social services because I remember at my job, we had a emergency meeting about this. I'm a member of a union. We called an
Right.
emergency meeting. And we figured out how much. And they was basically saying like, how much money that Cuyahoga County receives from the federal government alone, how that's going to affect the other side of the HHS agency that I work that does the SNAP benefits, the
Yeah.
Medicare, and the Medicaid for parents, and all that other stuff, and how it just has a trickle down effect. Like it's eventually going to affect other people because you're thinking about look what happened to Job Corps. Case in
Yeah,
point,
I did see that. I did see that.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's going to happen. Like I got a friend. I went to college with her. She works for Job Corps in Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I seen her post like thank you whatever. But this was like 2 weeks ago, coach. So I'm thinking in my head like oh y'all semester is over, kids graduating whatever.
Right. Right.
But then, like this weekend, I see okay, I seen a clip from Detroit Two News that they closed down the one in Detroit. So then I started doing my research. All Job Corps got to close by June 30th. You know what I'm saying? So you got
All those people who are trying to
do
not be
better.
poor people and try to do better for themselves,
Yeah,
they about to just get screwed for just
yeah.
because.
Just because.
Just because.
You know what I'm saying? And then
That is insane.
you talk about the big beautiful bill, and you talk about how it gets him to not hold elections. It also gives him the power to ignore subpoenas.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? So that's limiting the courts right there. So if you like, okay, they snuck that in.
They
You know what I'm
sneak
saying?
everything in.
They sneak everything in, just like how they snuck in. And Chantel Brown caught this. I'm starting to become more of a fan of hers, but she's from our area. She caught it, and she basically said there's a provision in there that's talking about changing a child's dependency from the age of 18 down to 7.
To 6 or 7. Yeah, I saw that.
7,
I saw
yeah.
that too.
And that's going to affect them as far as like basically you saying at the age of 7 they're independent and you can so that affects their SNAP benefits, their all the benefits that like would feed somebody.
How is a kid an independent at 7?
You tell me, coach.
See, the thing that I have was I really wish people would just ball up and just be like, y'all weirdos. Why are y'all like for the longest time all you kept hearing was Democrats is coming after your kids. Democrats is coming after
Mm-hmm.
your kids. And now you seeing who's coming after your kids. They want to cut the education programs. Now they want them to be independents at the age of 7. They want them to be working in factories and shit by the age of 8, uneducated. If you uneducated and all you know to do is work, you can't be smart enough to question anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, this country, man, is full of idiots, and I'm talking about the people who support this man. But the problem that I have with the whole thing is this: why is nobody sitting back and being like, let me rephrase that because there are people who are saying it. There are more white people who receive those benefits
Mm-hmm.
than anybody else in this country. And the more they keep making you guys believe that it's all black people who are on these benefits and stuff, it's more white people. The red states heavily white people depend on these benefits.
That's
And
why
y'all keep thinking that it's all about black people. They're lying to you. They're making you feel that it's us, and it's not.
no,
Y'all need it more than we do.
it's a lady. I think she's a congresswoman. She's from a red state. She's from a red farm state. She voted to send that bill from the House to the Senate, knowing that that bill would close down 3 of the hospitals in her district.
Yeah.
Knowing that most of her districts is on Medicaid and Medicare, she knows that shit. The only person, there's a few Republican senators that's like, no, this is a no. But the thing is, it's a no right now because one, y'all on television, y'all know y'all get behind closed doors and y'all break them little deals and broker little stuff to get y'all shit passed and done. So y'all just right now, to me, y'all just bolstering. So but at the same time, I got to give him a little credit to Rand Paul's. You know, Rand Paul, you know where your bread is buttered. You're in Kentucky. You know, majority of Kentuckians are on Medicaid and Medicare. You know, a vast majority of your district is receiving food stamps and SNAP benefits. So he knows where his bread is buttered. But at the same time, does that mean he's going to vote? You know what I'm saying? That he's going to vote against it? Because we've seen all of them come on television, coach, and say, I'm voting no. And then in the last minutes before we go on Memorial Day break, y'all vote yes and pass the damn bill.
Yes, yep.
You know what I'm saying? So miss me with all that bullshit, all that puffery on television. Miss me with all that because y'all know what y'all gonna do.
The thing I don't like. Oh, go ahead, coach.
No, my last thing. If I see one Democrat in that Senate vote for that shit, you can outvote. Hey, somebody primary him. He got to go.
Yeah. The one thing I don't like that I'm hearing and seeing, because I follow Jasmine Crockett heavy. Mm-hmm. So Jasmine Crockett has been exposing how they're doing stuff. We on the floor, y'all don't want to talk about nothing. We on the floor, y'all don't want to vote on nothing. But then they like everybody adjourn, and then all of a sudden they call in meetings at midnight, 1:00 in the morning to vote on stuff. And they know people are like, no, I'm not going there to vote on that. So that's how stuff is getting passed.
Yeah.
I don't like none of the deceptiveness that is taking place whatsoever.
But I don't like it either, but I hope the Democrats learn from this shit, which is they're not playing by your playbook.
Not at all.
You gotta go in, you gotta make them feel how y'all feel. So when y'all get in power and y'all say, oh, meeting is adjourned, wait for the motherfuckers to all walk out the room, y'all go in the bathroom and start another meeting.
Yep.
Do what they do. Y'all gotta do it.
They need to play dirty.
You gotta play dirty because y'all keep playing nice, they're gonna keep slapping you up every chance that they get.
Every chance. And the shit is so like mind-boggling. Like I even saw Lindsey Graham and what's the other dude who kept having all the strokes recently?
What's dude name? The turtle.
I think he might be from South Carolina. Yeah, the one with the turtleneck.
Yeah.
They are even sitting back and being like, hold on, what's going on here? And they're starting to wake up. You know, the person I thought was really interesting who got the slap in the face the biggest was Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh yeah, he fucked her.
Her stuff is struggling bad. I believe it's Arkansas.
Yeah, she's the governor of Arkansas,
Yep.
struggling.
And they're struggling, and she asked Trump for some aid and for something. He said nope.
Yeah,
He
for
said
they,
nope.
they had some disasters, ain't helping. The same thing that happened with I think it was South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. They had some disasters, ain't nobody helping. He said, no, ain't no y'all ain't getting no money from FEMA, nothing from the federal government. Y'all figure it out.
Yeah, that's bananas, man. But that's the country we're in. That is
Yeah.
literally the country we're in. And it's
Mm,
crazy because ain't nobody just sitting back and being like, nah, nah.
no.
Like I'm waiting for Republicans to wake up. But so here's my thing. You know the reason why the Republicans aren't saying anything? Because I'm gonna say, and this is my opinion, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to say the reason why people are so afraid of Trump is because Trump is a Russian mob boss.
He's pretending to be one. He ain't one in real life.
I think he really is because when he was struggling and he had all of them mob bosses and stuff staying up in his hotel and stuff, I think they gave him a little reign of power. And then he just kind of ran crazy with it. Or some other people might have passed the torch to him because this is the only man in our country who is not held accountable for anything he should be held accountable for. The only man in our country. Like this dude is
True.
getting away with stuff that the Italian mob bosses couldn't get away with. So you can't tell me this dude is not a mob boss somewhere of some stature.
Like I said, Coach, I think he is, but I think he's also pretending. I think his power right now comes from Putin. You know what I'm saying? The minute, like, right, he came close to pissing Putin off. You know what I'm saying?
They still bumping.
Yeah, they still bumping, but I feel like the moment he really pisses Putin off, that's when all his power goes away. Even down to like we allowed him to be a full time mob boss. These are the three people. These are the people that gave him full time mob boss status because he was pretending before. Supreme Court,
Yep.
Putin, and Elon. Y'all gave him the power by y'all letting him win the election, and the Supreme Court gave him the power by saying you have the powers of a king.
Yeah.
So that right there, I don't know how y'all feel like y'all can hold on to y'all jobs by giving the powers to somebody else, and it's supposed to be a separation of power, and y'all supposed to have your own power. That was the
Right.
dumbest decision ever. But that's what y'all did. Y'all made him at that point. Y'all took him from Sonny from washing the cars to fucking John Gotti. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all
Yeah.
turned him into.
And it's getting way out of control because like he's exposed almost daily,
Mm-hmm.
and yet still nobody is running with information that they have. I'm still stuck on the day after the inauguration. No, the day after he won the election, and the
Mm-hmm.
man came out there and said that they rigged the election. And
Yeah,
not
and then
one person has called them out on it at
no,
all.
and that's where I also the blame has to go on the media, the fucking Jake Tappers and the fucking Mika
Yeah.
Brzezinski's and Morning Joes, y'all dick riding motherfuckers. Y'all ain't out here reporting the real news. Y'all
Nah.
reporting the news that he wants y'all to report because I don't understand why was that not the topic
Yep.
of discussion for at least about 2-3 weeks. I don't
Yeah.
understand why the Democrats themselves, y'all got some type of power. Why y'all ain't looking into that? I don't want to wait for y'all to win the midterms to go launch an investigation because by then, one, it's going to be 2 years deep. Two, he only gonna have 2 more years after. So by the time y'all really get to it, it's gonna be the repeat of the same bullshit. Like, no, stop
Dude,
wasting our times, man.
they're already 50% through the Project 2025 bill.
Yeah, it's too
So
late.
that means the shit is about to hit the fan. Like we still like people are like slow walking this shit like it's about to be over with. We still got 3.5 years to deal with this.
Yeah,
And then people are not paying attention. Like it's about to get ugly for everybody. Even you, Carlos. I see you on here. You laughing with your Republican ass. Yep.
hey, I'm sorry, man. I never knew there was a Republican named Carlos. That doesn't even sound right.
Yeah, man. Me and him go at it all the time. And he is service, man. So I give him a lot of love for that. But I tell him all the time, he know it ain't no secret. Same shit I say to his face, the same shit I say here. I tell him all the time they twisted his brain up in the service. So I mean,
hey, man,
he got his own reasons for why he do and think how he does. It is what it is. He a grown man.
Hey, I dig it, but you know, to me, it just seems like you're voting against yourself, your best self interest, Carlos, because he don't like y'all military folks. He think y'all stupid.
You can't tell him, man. You can't. If you check my page and anytime I got anything going on about Trump, he's number one on there defending everything. Everything.
Yeah,
he out here with everybody about it.
He out here defending Taco.
Man, like
Taco Trump,
dad, like it's
Taco,
his dad. Like it's his dad.
Hey man, y'all can have Taco, man. Y'all can have him.
All right, Coach. Well, let's go on because we got other stuff, and I know there's another serious topic you wanted to really touch on, and I think it's honestly one that should be talked about a little bit more as well, which is why Black communities glorify gangsters. So. What made you bring this? You know, you wanted to talk about this topic
because I seen dude in office. Pardon Larry Hoover and a few other people, but the Larry Hoover one is the one that I got to speak on because that's the one that I seen damn near a lot of Black people excited about on social media, and I'm sitting back at them at first, and I'm like, see, this is the thing. Y'all don't really understand your own government and how this shit works.
Not at all.
Trump could only pardon federal crimes, not state crimes.
Right.
So yes, he commuted his sentence. That doesn't mean that man is coming home. The state of Illinois, he still has to do 202 years in the state of Illinois, which is governed by a Democratic governor. I don't think that man is getting out, and he shouldn't get out. And this is my reason why. Y'all can say he was a revolutionary and he was wrongfully placed in jail. Convicted, whatever. I know a little bit about Mr. Hoover. He started a gang and dealt drugs and killed somebody. Ain't nobody talking about that. Ain't nobody saying that he didn't kill the person he killed, that he's serving some of his time for, and he ran the gang from prison. So I say this is my issue with Black people. Y'all just keep glorifying the shit, but y'all never look at the victim side of the story. What if your family member is one of them people that was killed? What if your family member is one of the people that he dealt drugs to and fucked them up and sent them and had crack babies and all this other stuff? You don't know how that felt, but y'all glorifying this man. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself in the victim shoes, and then you be like, was this a great man? To the outside, y'all probably out here, he might have did some stuff with Black people towards the end before he got locked up. But two things can be right at the same time. He can be a good man and he can also be a criminal.
Exactly. That's how people look at Bumpy Johnson. Bumpy Johnson was the same exact thing.
Like, he's a criminal, so stop glorifying that man. That's all I got. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why y'all just keep doing it? Like, I don't know. Like, to every gangster, y'all got to think about it. These people are gangsters for a reason. They didn't kill somebody.
Right.
Put yourself in that family shoe that this person didn't kill or put a hit out on or die because of their products or whatever. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, most definitely. I saw this pardoning stuff, man, and I think the person who had the best take on it was Plies. And Plies basically was just like, imagine being a Black person glorifying a racist who is trying to make y'all think that he's not racist because he did a little something to make you think that he did something and he didn't. Like, but if you pay attention, Trump ain't doing nothing but pardoning criminals.
But like, real quick, Coach,
criminals.
He's also pardoning criminals and people who have turned around and donated money to them. These ain't free pardons.
Exactly.
They gave up some money to get out of jail. The Chrisleys, the fucking NBA YoungBoy was already out of jail, so I don't even know why he pardoned him. He was already out.
That was a weird
That
one,
was
and people
stupid.
still trying to glorify that shit like he did something.
But he did that. He did that. Why to get? He know midterms is coming up. He's gonna do one bad thing to the black community. No, one good thing for the black community, and three bad things for the rest of this year out. That's what he's going to do. He's going to continue that run. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do one good thing. I'm gonna pardon some niggas because now he talking about supposedly wanting to party and pardon Diddy.
Yeah, I heard
that's
that.
what he's going to do.
He's convicted. It was like,
yeah.
So basically, you just said F all of the victims.
Yeah, basically
F all the victims, but I'm a pardon Diddy. Like it don't matter. So you basically saying you don't believe in the court system. So if you don't believe in the court system, that means it's only a matter of time before you turn on the Supreme Court, who you supposedly put in there. So you playing a dangerous game, but the Supreme Court is playing a dangerous game.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, man, y'all gotta wake up and just be like, it is what it is. Like this dude is he is showing you who he is. And you need to believe it because if I can cut out all of these other judges in the justice system, then all of a sudden the only people that's left is the Supreme Court. And if they go against me, I can just have something happen to them and then it's over with. So it's
are they thinking that far ahead? Because you keep giving him these powers. And what are you not thinking he's going to abuse these same powers against you at some point in time? Because if you're not, then you should not be on the Supreme Court. That means that's telling me you ain't smart. You're not a chess player. So you need to get the hell off the Supreme Court. If you don't think the powers that you're giving him, you don't think he's going to turn around and use those same powers against you, you're stupid.
Exactly. And the thing that's so crazy, I saw this thing where so I don't know if you hit, but Donald Trump's sister, it's either a sister or a cousin. I want to say it's his sister. Mm-hmm. She's usually on MSNBC, CNN. She wrote a book about the man. She wrote a book about their family.
Yeah, that's the sister.
She tells you who he is. Her name Mary Trump.
Yeah, that's the sister.
So she tells you Trump doesn't care about nobody but himself.
Yeah, that's it.
I saw something the one time and it was really interesting. It was his son did something and it was like him and his son were about to get like charges on stuff. And that dude threw his son right in front of the bus with the quickness. That's how I knew what type of a man he was. You were a father and you threw your son under the bus with the quickness.
The only person he will hesitate to thinking about throwing under the bus out of all his kids and even his wife, Ivanka. The only one that he is Ivanka. That's the only one he will hesitate under. The other one, but he will still throw under the bus, but he will hesitate. The rest of them, he pulling the trigger.
He wants to is because he got a fetish for her.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that shit is weird.
This whole thing is weird, man. Like, Coach, you don't understand. Like every day I wake up, I'm like, am I living a reality television? Like, what? I mean, I'll get to it later, but it's just some weird shit, Coach. It's just fucking weird.
I had to pull myself out, man, because I started finding myself becoming extremely consumed with it. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because everything I've told people for the however many years, really since 2020, since the whole COVID situation, everything I've told everybody has come to fruition. So it's like I see things ahead of my time sometimes. I'm just telling people what it is. People look at me like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Yes, I am. And I'm going to tell you that flat out because conspiracy theorists was a way to knock down smart people who just don't follow what you tell them. They do their own research. They do their own background stuff, So it's like, yeah, I am. And it's because everything that I've said is going to happen has happened. Everything that I said is going to happen in the future is going to happen because we're heading in that direction. And it's funny because people are now like, man, you was telling us this. And now they see it and they like, how? Okay, maybe we should listen a little bit closer. because it's facts, man. Like you can call it conspiracy theories. I call it a truth teller, and people
But
don't like truth tellers.
the word conspiracy theorist was brought up to make, like how you said, truth tellers to be crazy.
Yep.
The easiest thing, one of the, like when you want to stop somebody from speaking the truth, the first thing you want to say, "Oh, that nigga crazy."
Yep.
That's the easiest way to stop somebody. Oh, he crazy. Just to pass that person off as being crazy.
Yep.
No, some of these people be on some real life truthful shit. I'm sorry.
Definitely. And you know who's a great example of that? Jaguar Wright and Orlando Brown. I don't give a damn how people say that they're crazy. If you pay attention and you listen closely, there's truth into their stuff that they're saying. It just might be, some stuff might be said in a way you don't like it, but there's truth there, man. Ain't nobody gonna sit up here and just keep saying the same stuff over and over, and the story doesn't change.
Like Orlando Brown, man. Like I think I reposted a clip of his on Instagram, and I remember watching it. And there's the part where the producer said they are making you pay for fruits, vegetables, and water and shit that God has provided you.
Yep, I seen that.
And if that don't make you think about shit in a different way, you're the fucking conspiracy theorist, bro. You're the crazy one, because if you think about it, why the fuck are we paying for shit that's naturally grown? Why am I paying you for water? Why am I paying you for fruit when I could literally go right now in my backyard, plant my own fucking fruit? Why am I paying you for that shit?
But the thing, you know what's so crazy to me is this is the thing that's funny to me. I've always said, it's all love, Los. It's all love. You're still my dude, even though I don't like your decisions. So here's the thing with me. I've always said, how do you get to just go and claim some land that you didn't create, that you didn't build? How do you get to just say, well, you got to pay me for this land? How do you get to just say, I own this land? That's always been a big thing for me.
Nobody in the world owns anything. We just renting. This is all the creator shit. We just renting.
But yet somehow we get tricked into being like, oh, you gonna pay for this and you gonna pay for that. Why? You don't own this. What makes you think you own this piece of land? You didn't develop it.
Ownership is I'm sorry to say, is to me, I feel like it's a white man's concept. You know what I'm saying?
For control.
Control. Yeah, so that's, to me, that's just where it comes from. Like, I come on, man. Like I said, in Jamaica, we had land, we had everything that at our access. Like, we didn't necessarily have to go to a market. We could grow, fruits and stuff in our backyard. We could have chicken coops. We had multiple animals and stuff on our property. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the way of life that has taken over this world. This ain't what God meant for this world to be, and that's not what He's meant for it to be. So we living in our own bullshit right now.
That is facts. We living in our bullshit and ignorance.
Yes.
And ignorance. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna get into some sports now, man. So I'm just gonna jump off into this one. My Knicks choke. They choke bad. I'm disappointed because you saw the air get sucked out of them after that first game, and they had that game on lock. And the Pacers came back and won that game because they took it into overtime. I saw the defeat in Brunson's face. I've seen the defeat in Karl Anthony Towns. First off, let me just say, I don't know if you saw me post on Facebook, but Karl Anthony Towns is the biggest, laziest, uncoordinated big man in the NBA. I don't give it. Like, dude, I'm sitting here a lot of the times. Now, no, basketball, man. If I'm backing you like this, coach, and I'm about to roll, you don't roll into the defense. You roll away from it. But he kept rolling into the defense, hoping to get fouls all the time. But I want your points. Roll your big ass to the other side and get the points. And this dude did it every single game.
I read your message. I died laughing, coach.
Man, I was getting so upset. The referees was on some bullshit. They wasn't calling the game even. Like I saw some ticky tack fouls. Meanwhile, the Pacers was crack blocking. Like I'm sitting up in here, like, wait a minute, did I just see them do a crackback in the NBA? And
Yep.
I'm talking, Brunson was hitting the floor constantly because they kept on just crackbacking on this dude, man. I was like, okay, so y'all just didn't see that? Y'all don't see dudes just hitting the ground? I mean, it was insane. The referees were absolutely terrible, but
Yep.
I'm not going to even put it all on the refs. I don't understand why the Knicks constantly kept shooting effing 3-pointers. You're not that deep of a 3-point team, but you got big men that you can feed inside and dominate the paint. But I was so disappointed.
I'm
So
gonna say this.
disappointed.
I was rooting for y'all. I don't like the Pacers. I don't like the Knicks, but
Right.
I pick the Knicks over the Pacers any day. I can't stand the Pacers. So once that game one was over, I instantly stopped watching the series because I'm like, y'all lost it right there.
Dude,
You know
when
what I'm
they lost
saying?
the 2 games back to back at Madison Square Gardens, I said the second game they were still shell shocked from the first one. I said,
Hmm.
if y'all don't wake y'all asses up and turn around and get out here on this court and ball, Tom Thibodeau sitting up in here, he acting like he don't know what he's supposed to do. You got a bench of players. You don't decide to put your bench out until game 5. Like that shit crazy, man. Like they got in Brunson's head so bad it was disgusting. Like Brunson didn't do nothing like he was supposed to be doing. Like okay,
No.
you put up, he had first game he had a great game. Second game, okay, but fifth game they had a decent showing. But come on, man, like y'all could have easily won that game. Y'all could have won the last game and made it to 7. But for whatever reason, they kept Cat on the ground. They kept Cat on the court. But then they didn't put Richardson in, who was leading in rebounds and points. I couldn't, man. Let me tell you, I was about to lose my shit for real. Like it got bad, man. It got bad. I remember I had to pull back. I had to pull back, coach, because I remember 2001 Cleveland
Hmm.
Browns versus Pittsburgh Steelers. This is when I realized I had a problem as a Browns fan. It's a wild card game.
Hmm.
Dennis Northcutt only had to catch the ball and the game was over with. Not only I believe he dropped the ball and then the Steelers came back and scored and they ended up going and playing the Raiders in the next round or whatever it was, the Browns would have beat the Raiders that year. And I don't even, it might not even been the wild card game. It might have been. I can't even remember. I just know Dennis Northcutt dropped that ball and that ruined my weekend. Like the rest, like, dude, when I tell you, I'm talking like it affected me emotionally so bad. That's how the Knicks did me this year. And I was like, it's time for me to pull back. I got to pull back. I can't let myself get into that fandom like that because
Nah.
that's years of the fumble, the what was it, the kick? No, the drive.
Hmm.
The
The
drive. Like,
drive.
yeah. So it's stuff like that, man. It got to me that bad. So I'm just like, no, can't do it.
Nah. No,
So
I get it. I get it. Like, and they, oh man, I had y'all in 7, and
I did
they
too.
couldn't do it. Like I said, I just don't like the Pacers. I don't like nothing about the state of Indiana. I don't like Tyrese Halliburton. I just don't know. Don't like none of them guys over there.
See, now I'm gonna tell you the player that I can't stand. Since we own the Pacers, we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Hmm.
Halliburton got humbled. So The person I can't stand is the person who got the NBA Eastern Conference Final MVP. Siakam Pascal or Pascal Siakam. I can't stand this man. And it ain't because I can't stand him because he's too goddamn good. And he's always the equalizer against the Knicks. Every single time. He was the equalizer with the Cavs too. Yeah. I can't stand Siakam because he's too goddamn good. Now, I like Halliburton. I do like Halliburton. Honestly, I think both of the dudes are extremely talented. I just don't like the team they on.
Yeah.
But Halliburton got humbled. I don't know if you saw it, but he thought that he was about to win the finals. The MVP for the Eastern Conference Finals. And he was like, yeah. And he started to walk up, and then they said Pascal Siakam or Siakam Pascal, whatever. I was just like, wow. Talk about getting humbled on the night you thought he was the man, but the man who was driving y'all and keeping y'all in it was Siakam.
Yeah, because you one thing I can say is this. I ain't watched the series before they played the Cavs that much, but the Cavs series, y'all series, Pascal was the one that played good throughout the whole thing. Like,
yes,
Halliburton, this one game, I forgot what game it was that I think you didn't even score 10 points. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where you thought you was gonna win that at.
He thought because he's basically the face of the team. He thought that's what it was. He thought he was gonna win it.
No, put it this way, that team ain't really nothing without Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam. You know what I'm saying? When
Turner's big, I think it's more Siakam than Turner. Turner's a big man who got all around game, but he's weak on the inside. He's weak on the inside. Like,
he's not gonna take you to the post all like that.
Right. But that's what I need to see out of my big man. I'm old school, man. I don't want to see no big man shooting 3-pointers. If you don't get your big ass up under the hoop and bang them bodies like you supposed to, that's the reason why Karl Anthony Towns is a weak big man to me. It says right next to your name, center. That means you're supposed to have your ass in the center of the court, and you sitting up there on the top of the key, trying to shoot. You and Richardson should have been both down in the key.
Why you think it ain't work out for him in Minnesota? Him and tall boy Rudy Gobert. You know what I'm saying? Because they're both the Gobert. Yeah, he could. He's your rim protector, but he sucks offensively. Then you got that you give them nothing. Towns nothing in the post. You out there at the 3-point line shooting 3-pointers, and then you suck defensively.
Yes.
So he's just a bad. I agree with you. I don't want my center shooting 3-pointers. I don't like that shit. I'm old school. I don't like it at all.
Nope. That's why the physicality of basketball is the way it is. It's soft because big men don't get in the hoop. They want to be the pretty boys shooting the points. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, be out there grinding, man. Show everybody, like, you know what I'm saying, that you dominant. And they don't want to be dominant no more.
No.
That stuff is whack to me. And then,
that is done.
I should have had my son's punk ass on here today because, he was sitting up in there every game. He blowing my phone up with all kinds of memes, talking all kinds of shit to me and everything. So I should have had his ass on here today, but yeah, man, I was sitting up here like, this dude was blowing my phone up with shit.
I knew he was. He wasn't going to let that one go, Coach. He wasn't going to let it go.
He was on me. And then when they lost the last game, his last text was womp, womp, womp. I was like, get out of here, man. Go focus on your Bulls. I don't even want to hear none of that. Shit. Let's get to the next topic, man. The topic is, and I don't even know how much of a topic this is going to be, truth be told, but Pacers versus Thunder in the finals. Who you got?
I ain't watching it. I don't got nobody. I don't care. Don't like neither one of them teams. I do not listen. Me catching one iota of this game ain't happening. I do not care, Coach.
I'm
I'm
gonna watch
sorry. I
it.
know I'm supposed to be a sports fan, a sports guy. I don't like neither one of the teams. I'm not watching none of this shit, Coach. I'm
I'm
not.
gonna watch it. And the main reason why, what I really like about Oklahoma is this: Oklahoma drafted those three guys all
Mm-hmm.
in the same round, and they grew together, and
Yeah,
now they're in the championship, and they're damn near unstoppable. Like they're a powerhouse. And Chet Holmgren don't even get half the credit he's supposed to get. A lot of people don't even realize he was the number one draft pick in that draft. Like
yeah,
he was the number one pick. He just got hurt his rookie year. And a lot of people don't realize that. But he's actually a dog ass basketball player. But SGA just been the one who took over when, you know what I'm saying, when Chet went down, and then it slowly became his team. And now
yeah.
they just all vibe together. But them dudes is dominant together, and all three of them were drafted together. So that's what I
Yeah.
like about them. I'm gonna watch it just because I want to see what the young guns gonna do. I like the fact that there's no Celtics, no Lakers, no Bulls, no
Yeah.
like I like the fact that there's new teams in the NBA finals. That's what I like seeing. I'm tired of
That's
seeing
one
the
thing.
repeats. I enjoyed the playoffs because
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired. We actually had one when didn't nobody have to talk about LeBron James and you know what I'm saying, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. So I like it because now we get to see where it's heading in the future.
I agree with you. That's one thing. Even though, like I said, I'm not watching not one bit of this daggone series. I agree with you. That's one thing I'm happy about. That it ain't the same cast of repeats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, I, I like the little break in the NBA storyline and bringing some new blood in. But
Yep.
once again, I don't like none of these teams. I'd rather have been the Cavs. I don't like none of these teams. I'd rather have been the Cavs.
Right. Most definitely. Most definitely we would have loved for it to be the Cavs, but
Yeah.
Cavs ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I heard that they thinking the rumor is that Darius Garland's going to Minnesota.
Yeah, I seen the trade proposal. I seen the proposal for trading him and somebody else for Giannis. Seen a whole bunch of different trade proposals. I seen one where Darius Garland ends up in the Lakers,
Oh
and
nah.
it's a whole bunch of weird stuff. I don't know. I just do better. Like, I don't know what to say, Kev. Just do better.
I feel it. I feel it.
You know what I'm saying?
So we moving along. So let's get into these Browns OTAs. I honestly haven't heard much about the OTAs. I've heard
Mhm.
about the rookie mini camp. The only thing I heard about OTAs, truth be told, is that Kenny Pickett is actually looking better than everybody.
I
I
haven't
heard
heard that.
I heard Kenny Pickett. I heard Kenny Pickett. If it's Kenny Pickett, Shador Sanders, Joe Flacco, then Dylan Gabriel. They said
Yeah,
Gabriel is struggling seeing over the line. They said
yeah.
that's what he's struggling with.
He's had a few balls batted down in OTAs. I just wondered, like, I didn't know, like, until I got on Twitter, there's actually somebody keeping pass stats
Yeah,
for the Browns QBs, and they say Shador is the best one so far.
I tried to
But
tell y'all.
I mean, I didn't say he was going to be crappy, but I'm just saying for y'all to be keeping stats on OTAs,
We got to see who's going to
this
be the starter, man. That's what it
this
is.
is serious, coach. This is way serious if they doing that now.
That's because people know that the Browns got put into a situation, and now they gotta do right by it. That's just what it
Hmm.
all comes down to. They gotta do right by it because you got four legit quarterbacks on your squad. You got two legit rookies, and you have two veterans. You gotta show, or you gotta make something happen. You gotta make something
Hmm.
happen with this because y'all decided to put four quarterbacks on your roster to create all of this buzz.
Oh yeah, you gotta listen. I'm not a proponent of the Browns being on Hard Knocks, but this would have been the season. This would have been the season right here.
Most definitely, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I would love to see, you know what I'm saying, Hard Knock. I don't even know if they bringing back one of the series that they used to have was Building the Browns. I used to like watching that because it's kind of like the Cleveland Browns version of Hard Knocks.
There's something
You know
there's something that's still up because I keep seeing it pop up on my YouTube.
Okay, because that's what I used to like watching. I hope they bring that back because it's like I said, it was our version of Hard Knocks, give you a little dive on the rookies and the vets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know everybody, only person, like I said, that I heard anything bad about was Gabriel. Everybody else, I hear nothing really about Kenny Pickett, other than, he was looking good a couple of times. And then, Shador doing good. He ain't getting no first team reps as of yet. Out of all the quarterbacks, Flacco being Flacco.
Right. So, but I saw something that there's like Flacco's refusing to talk to the media because they said everything he says that y'all gonna try to make it like I'm being biased or I'm being something. So I don't know if they're talking to him about Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders and Kenny Pickett, but I know he was kind of lashing out at the media.
No, he talked to the Browns media and it was like they asked him a question about him being a mentor, and he basically said, I don't have a problem with what the man said. He's basically saying, like, look, I'm not no mentor. I'm here to compete. But at the same time, there's going to be times for these younger players to learn from. He's like, I'm not about to say, don't ask me no questions. Don't, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I got a job that I'm competing for. Y'all can learn from me. I can pass down wisdom and stuff to y'all. But he's like, I'm not going out there strategically to teach y'all shit. That's not his job. Right. And I'm like, dude, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. So if anybody in the media, anybody in Cleveland media got a problem with it, y'all stupid. The man ain't saying nothing wrong.
Okay. I didn't. I just saw that it was something with a headline, and I didn't really dive into it to get a chance to see what they were talking about. So I was just like, oh, okay. All right.
He ain't saying nothing wrong.
What is number 5 looking like?
Who's
draft pick number 5?
Oh,
Mason Graham or Max?
Other than the batted ball, I haven't seen too much of nothing. They did show one. I did see a glimpse of a run play where he was a little bit disruptive, but then at the same time, the running back just followed big ass DeJuan Jones through a hole. So I don't know how. Like, he blew stuff up in front of him, but the running back just happened to just have a big nigga right in front of him. Big dude. I'm sorry, big dude right in front of him blocking. Like, I don't know if he was gonna win that one, man. The man is 6'8", 300-something plus pounds, man. Yeah. So
I did see, because I wasn't really big on Quashawn Judkins, but I did see him and his drills. He looked good. He looked good. I gotta give it to him. He looked good.
On the side note, they showed a glimpse. It was the keeping up with Chicago because our boy Jade out there.
Yeah.
And I saw a clip of their running backs coach. I think it's Eric Bieniemy, whatever. Some dude. But it was a rookie, Kyle Monunga, out of I think he's out of Rutgers or something like that. He was going through some drills. The coach was like, man, you move like an old ass man. And next, at the bottom says he won't be making the team.
No, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's like, he ain't gonna make it past first cut. I said, yeah.
I see Jade out there. You know what concerns me about Jade? They gave him the number 20.
Yeah, I said, what's up with that? Why?
I don't know, because if you really considered him to be a receiver,
you're not giving him a 20.
You would give him an 80 or a 10 or a single digit.
Yeah.
So
I'm just hoping
that kind of worried me about him, but I see he out there. He looking good from what I saw.
Yeah. I hope a number frees up, and numbers ain't really permanent. So I hope it frees up something when you start letting some people go.
Right.
Because that 20, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw that too, coach, it caught my eye. Like, hold on, what you doing with that 20?
Like, he ain't no running back.
Yeah.
He ain't no DB.
Nah.
So I was kind of like, all right, what's going on here? So I don't know, but I wish him nothing but the best, man, and I hope that he gets out there and do what he do, because the kid is a talented kid.
Mm-hmm.
So
very talented.
All right, Coach, we down to the last. Honestly, we already had a minute, so we gonna go over a little bit, but it's time to get it off your chest, man. Get it off your chest. You got anything you want to go with?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go real quick, man. I had a conversation today with my girl, man, and she was just like, "Man, this shit is so fucking ghetto. This shit is weird." And what she was talking about was America. Like, it's some shit nowadays that's unrecognizable. Like, I had to tell her, she was like, she apologized. I'm like, no, I don't apologize. I'm like, man, you are all the way right. I said, you taking it from a kid that we grew up, most of us, you heard us, you know what I'm saying, during the era, during the 90s, where the middle class black family had a lot of money at their disposal, where you were able to go on multiple vacations, you're able to pay for your kids to go to camps,
Yep.
do stuff during the summer, everything.
Yep.
And then next you know, the bottom fell out. Like you know, you see how every generation it built and got better.
Yes.
In the 90s, it plateaued and then it got worse.
Yeah.
It plateaued in the 90s. Once the 2000 rolled around, shit got worse and started to get weird and unrecognizable. Like, I gotta believe, like, if I'm an alien and I'm pulling up to Earth and I just happen to see what's going on, I'm leaving. I'm not parking my car. I'm not pulling over. This fucking planet is ghetto. It's ghetto as shit.
Facts.
We don't care about each other. We only as strong as the man next to us. We don't care about each other. We don't care about nothing but ourselves. We're very selfish. We're very angry. We're filled with a lot of anger and rage. We out here killing each other, doing the utmost weirdest shit to each other. It's just weird. It's a lot of weird fucking human behavior. Like, down to us rooting for gangsters and shit. Like, it's fucking weird when you sit back and think about it. This shit is abnormally weird.
Yes.
We're not focusing on the key stuff that we're supposed to be focusing on.
Nope.
I'm sorry. This is some weird fucking times. We're doing a lot of weird shit, and it's a lot of weird people that are leading the way, and it's just weird. And we gotta, I know I keep using the word weird, but that's the only word I can describe. This is weird, and I really, coach, like I said, I really feel like every day I'm waking up in a fucking reality show.
And that's how it's being ran.
It's being ran, and I feel like we are all a part of this big ass reality show experiment. And I want to go back to the 90s. I want to go back to having money. I want to go back to being able to. Back then, kids used to go outside and play. We weren't worried about our kids getting picked up by no weirdo. You knew where your kids was at because you see where all the bikes was.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You knew all you had to do was listen for the basketballs, kids in the backyard hooping. What the hell, man? It's just weird. It's weird. We're in a weird world. But that's really it. It's just weird.
Okay. So I got two things I want to get off my chest. One is a rumor. I don't know how true this is, but if this is true, I've heard some stuff about Diddy's mom. And I don't know if this is true, but if this is true, this woman needs to be locked up. So rumor has it that she had collections of his semen, and then she would take it and mix it in to her macaroni and cheese.
No.
And like for events where she's cooking and stuff, she would serve that man's semen. So I'm saying, if that is true, this woman needs to be held on charges because based off of what we've heard and STDs and STIs and UTIs and all kinds of stuff that this man has had, and you doing that, you need to be brought up on charges too because you playing with people's lives. So I don't know how truthful that is. I don't know how truthful that is, but it's the rumor, and I just want to address that one. Now, here's the thing that I really want to get off my chest. The thing I really want to get off my chest is I saw that the Pittsburgh Steelers made Donald Trump an honorary Steeler. and they gave him a jersey with the number 47. Now, I'm a little confused by this one because, one, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the reason for the Rooney Rule, which gives black coaches an opportunity to be able to be hired as a head coach. Then you have a black head coach with like a lot of black members on his staff, not to mention a lot of black players. And this is what y'all did. Y'all gave an honorary jersey to this racist man. So I'm a little confused on what happens. And this is the reason why, like, I'm not, obviously I'm from Cleveland, but I'm not a Steelers fan. But y'all do messed up, like, this is confusing stuff. I don't understand the message you're trying to send, deliver, or anything. But you definitely sent the wrong message for Pittsburgh Steelers fans in that hard, blue-collar city that's working their asses off. And y'all gave a jersey, an honorary jersey to that man. So I don't understand it. I can't get it.
Real quick, Coach, I looked it up because I knew it was news about Mason Rudolph. You know, the Myles Garrett NG caller on the football field was at one of his rallies, which he was. So I looked it up because I ain't know nothing about the jersey because that kind of pissed me off because I got a coworker. She's born and raised in Pittsburgh. I mean, you know, she's from the Pittsburgh area. She's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and if that would have happened, I know she would have lost her shit and said something. So I looked it up real quick. It was Mason Rudolph, former safety Miles Killebrew, these old guys, and former running back Rocky Bailar. They was part of the those two was part of the 1970
Super Bowl.
Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl teams. They just they gave them it was a custom jersey. Wasn't really from the Steelers themselves.
But they did it at the organization.
No, they didn't do it. They did that at a rally, the Trump rally.
Is that what? So see, when I saw the video of it, it looked like it was at the Steelers organization.
It might have been at the stadium. I'm not sure because it says it was at a U.S. Steel plant in West Milford, Pennsylvania.
Okay, so then that makes me feel better. Then, even though I'm not a Steelers fan, that makes me feel better that it wasn't the Steelers organization that did it.
No, because they said it says right here. I have the honor of making you an honorary Pittsburgh Steeler and would like to present you with a jersey. They didn't say it was from the team or nothing. It was just an honorary jersey. But like I said, I agree with you. If they did, and with Tomlin and the Rooney Rule, that's what I can't. No, that shit would have fucked me up.
Right. No, I'm with you on that one. All right, Coach, that brings us to the end of the show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in on TikTok, on Facebook, and on YouTube. We got up to 4.4 thousand likes today, Coach. So,
thank you.
TikTok, so you know what I'm saying? Thank you for everybody that was clicking the like button. Also, we'll be back next Monday as usual.
We rise loud from the quiet street.
They cut us.
What we do, man. Every week, every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, we want to thank y'all for tuning in once again. We are sponsored by No More Struggling Entertainment, OPM Clothing Line, and Richie Phone Notes. All right, Coach.
All right, Coach. Yes, sir.
Yeah.